Meghan Markle is gearing up for yet another legal bout with her half-sister Samantha Markle, the Post can confirm.
She said royal titles were toxic.
It's making me look like Patricia Hearst.
She mocked bowing to the Queen.
Meghan Markle's legal team criticised her half-sister for, quote, erroneously failing to use her royal title when suing for defamation.
She insisted she wanted freedom. And now, Meghan Markle is demanding her half-sister call her the Duchess of Sussex in an American courtroom.
Wouldn't that be injurious not only to my professional but my personal life?
That's the contradiction shaking headlines right now.
Samantha had sued her in federal court in Florida for allegedly making demonstrably false and malicious statements.
Because if true, it's not just a family feud. It's a constitutional clash, a PR nightmare, and a glimpse into Meghan's deepest battle.
Is that it has been waged from the first moment to last with Meghan's name written using the technically incorrect style in the media.
Control of her image at any cost, and the internet cannot stop dissecting it.
Has been left livid that Sam just won't go away.
Here's what set it off. According to Newsweek reporter Jack Royston, a journalist long viewed as sympathetic to Meghan and Harry's narrative, new filings in Samantha Markle's defamation appeal contain a striking phrase.
How she was described, adding the word erroneously.
Meghan's lawyer, Michael J. Kump, wrote that the case was filed against her erroneously as Meghan Markle instead of Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. That one word, erroneously, lit the match. Fans online immediately split.
Drags her back to court and back into the spotlight.
Some said Meghan has every right to use her proper title under British peerage. Others blasted the move as tone-deaf, especially since Meghan herself once told Oprah she never wanted to live under royal hierarchy.
The Duchess of Sussex erroneously sued as Meghan Markle discloses the following individuals and entities who may have an interest in the outcome of this appeal, and the statement is signed by Michael J. Kump, who is Meghan's lawyer.
As one viral tweet put it, you can't quit your job, sue your boss, and then demand everyone still call you CEO. That punchline alone has racked up thousands of likes. But Samantha Markle wasn't laughing. In a fiery response, she slammed the filing as hypocritical, pointing out that Meghan has signed years of paperwork under her maiden name. Samantha even dragged the U.S. Constitution into it, citing the clause that prohibits recognition of foreign titles. Her words were biting. Unless you've legally changed your name to Duchess of Sussex, you don't get to impose it here. That line has now been clipped and replayed across TikTok and X. Legal commentators joined the fray. Some speculated Meghan's lawyers might be using the title not out of ego, but for strategic consistency, preventing Samantha's team from downplaying her royal status in official documents, but even those sympathetic to Meghan admitted the optics looked terrible. After years of rejecting monarchy, she now wants to weaponize it in U.S. courts, one commentator told The Daily Beast, and optics matter more than anything in this feud. Every move Meghan makes is scrutinized against her own past words. When she appears at cozy Montecito book clubs with Oprah, critics call it brand rehabilitation. When she mimics Diana's fashion, fans debate whether it's homage or cosplay. And now, when she insists on her royal title in litigation, even supporters are asking if she's undermining her own message.
When you entered into the legal paperwork, or your precious attorney did, you started off and have been going by Meghan Markle all of this time, and then now you want to whine about it? Well, that's called acquiescence.
So the real question is this: is Meghan protecting her legal identity or just her royal ego? The answer could reshape not only her case against Samantha, but the entire way the public sees her role as an ex-royal in America. And this battle is only getting started. Meghan's filing might have been one line in a legal document, but it sent shockwaves far beyond the courtroom. The celebrity reaction phase came first, and predictably, it was polarizing. Meghan's defenders on social media framed the move as a matter of simple respect. She is the Duchess, one Instagram account with nearly 500,000 followers insisted. Titles don't disappear just because you move zip codes. Supporters argued that refusing to use her proper style was an intentional attempt to belittle her, but Samantha Markle doubled down. In a televised interview, she pulled no punches, calling Meghan's insistence laughable and against the spirit of the U.S. Constitution. Clips of her saying, "In 1776, we got rid of bowing to titles," went viral on TikTok, with patriotic music and memes layered over her words. For Meghan, this wasn't just a legal skirmish anymore. It had become cultural theater. Each sister was now a symbol. Meghan representing modern royalty's reach across the Atlantic, Samantha casting herself as the voice of American defiance. Then came the fans. Online forums lit up with debates that felt less about the Markles and more about what America owes to British royalty. Some argued that Meghan insisting on her title was tone-deaf elitism, while others said it was basic protocol. On X, the hashtag #NotMyDuchess trended alongside memes comparing Meghan to a self-appointed monarch. One viral post read, "Imagine suing your sister but making her call you Duchess while she does it." That punchline was shared tens of thousands of times, showing just how much entertainment value this drama had for the public. But the ripple effects didn't stop at internet chatter.
You may not use royal titles to dabble in American politics, per the United States Constitution.
According to reports in the Times, insiders at Netflix and Spotify, companies that once bankrolled Meghan and Harry's post-royal projects, were quietly monitoring the optics of this dispute. Commentators speculated that executives might worry about further brand fatigue. After all, Meghan had positioned herself as rejecting old hierarchies, only to now insist on them when it suited her. The contradiction raised questions about consistency, and in Hollywood, consistency is currency. And then came the cultural echo. Pundits drew comparisons to past celebrity meltdowns where identity and image collided. One commentator likened it to Madonna demanding to be called Her Holiness in interviews, pointing out that audiences recoil when stars appear too self-important. The Meghan filing, in that context, was painted as part of a dangerous pattern, a celebrity who still hasn't figured out whether she's anti-establishment or pro-institution. So the stakes are no longer just about a lawsuit. They're about Meghan's credibility. If the public decides she's clinging to a title while preaching independence, her carefully constructed image could unravel. And as one viral TikTok creator put it bluntly, if you don't want to be royal, don't sue like one. That sentiment may haunt Meghan more than any legal filing ever could. The real explosion came not from the court filing itself, but from everything that followed in the days after. Meghan was suddenly back in public view, appearing at a Montecito bookstore alongside Oprah Winfrey. On the surface, it was a quiet, wholesome event, a book club promoting local authors. But fans and critics alike saw it as carefully staged PR. Right next to Meghan on the shelf sat The Bench, her critically panned children's book, and Harry's memoir Spare, which had reportedly experienced steep sales drop-offs since its launch. Commentators speculated that this outing wasn't random. You don't show up with Oprah right after a legal filing unless you're sending a message.
We are not being forced to bow to or accept or address royal titles in the United States.
One analyst told Page Six. The message? That Meghan was still part of Hollywood's inner circle, still able to call on heavyweights like Oprah for legitimacy. But the timing was awkward. How could she insist on royal titles in court one day, then market herself as a relatable California author the next? That contradiction didn't go unnoticed. Even Oprah's involvement raised eyebrows. Just a year ago, rumors swirled that Oprah had been distancing herself from Meghan after the fallout of their bombshell interview with Harry. So when she appeared at Meghan's side again, Twitter lit up with questions. Was Oprah back on Team Sussex, or was this just another business arrangement? One viral meme showed Oprah with the caption, "When you said you were out, but the book sales pulled you back in." The humor masked a serious point. Meghan's allies seemed to reappear when commercial opportunities aligned, but not when scandals grew messy. And then came the Diana comparisons. Social media users were quick to notice Meghan's wardrobe at the bookstore. A white blouse and sleek slacks that looked eerily similar to outfits worn by Princess Diana in the 90s. For critics, it was proof of cosplay. For fans, it was a respectful nod. Samantha Markle didn't hesitate to weigh in, calling it ridiculous and insisting Meghan could never walk in Diana's light. That phrase became a headline in itself, sparking heated debate about whether Meghan was invoking Diana's legacy to shore up her faltering public image. What makes this moment explosive is how it blends family drama with public branding. Meghan's sister is mocking her title use on constitutional grounds. Oprah is reappearing in her orbit after whispers of distance, and Meghan herself is stepping into Diana's shadow through fashion choices. Each piece feeds into a larger narrative. Meghan is fighting desperately to control her identity, but every move seems to contradict the last. As one Hollywood publicist told the Daily Mail, "When you need Oprah, Diana, and a Duchess title all at once, it means you're out of aces." That biting remark captured the mood of skeptics and left viewers wondering how much further Meghan would go to defend her image.
72 days of royal duty. That's not even a probationary period at a job. And she wants to run around swinging around royal titles. Sorry, homie, don't play that.
By now, the legal battle had transformed into something far bigger, a credibility showdown. On one side was Meghan, asserting that her title was not just ceremonial, but fundamental to her identity. On the other was Samantha, arguing that American courts had no business enforcing British aristocracy. And right in the middle, a public trying to reconcile Meghan's contradictory narrative. The institutional reactions were telling. Legal analysts on networks like Court TV dissected the filing, pointing out that the U.S. Constitution explicitly prohibits recognition of foreign titles of nobility. One commentator dryly noted, "The last time Americans were asked to respect a duchess, it didn't end well for the crown." That historical jab made headlines across social feeds, underscoring how Meghan's insistence struck a nerve in a country built on rejecting monarchy. But Hollywood insiders had their own concerns. Reports suggested Netflix executives were uneasy about Meghan's brand becoming synonymous with hypocrisy. After the collapse of the Spotify deal and lukewarm reviews for their Netflix projects, Meghan and Harry needed consistency more than ever. Audiences don't tolerate stars who flip their own script, one insider told Variety. If you say you reject titles, but then demand them in court, people see through it. That remark became a pull quote in multiple outlets, framing the issue not as a family feud, but as a branding disaster. Fans weren't far behind in raising the stakes. Across Reddit and TikTok, viral threads compared Meghan's situation to past celebrity meltdowns. One popular post read, "This is Mariah Carey's I don't know her moment, but with a constitution involved." Others drew parallels to Kim Kardashian's courtroom dramas, noting that even in America's most image-conscious industries, stars don't demand honorifics in lawsuits. The contrast made Meghan's filing look even more bizarre. And then there was the cultural echo. Commentators speculated that Meghan's insistence on her title wasn't just about ego, but about preserving her value in Hollywood. After all, the Duchess of Sussex carries a gravitas that plain Meghan Markle does not. As one PR strategist put it, the title is the brand. Without it, she's just another actress who quit the business. But critics warned that clinging too hard to the title risked alienating the very audience she needs to win back. For Samantha, the optics couldn't have been better. By framing Meghan as desperate to cling to royal status while mocking the very institution, she positioned herself as the grounded American sister, calling out hypocrisy. Her line, "You don't get to cosplay as Diana while suing me as a duchess," ricocheted across headlines, cementing her role in the narrative. At this point, the lawsuit was almost secondary. What mattered more was what it symbolized.
You want to have the royal title for the benefits in America, seemingly, but you don't want to have to go with the rules and the protocol that come with that.
Meghan trying to wield the monarchy's prestige in a system designed to reject it. And that contradiction is where the drama reached its peak, because the outcome isn't just about a case, it's about whether Meghan's entire brand can survive under the weight of its own contradictions. The fallout from this clash was immediate, and it revealed just how fragile Meghan's image has become. For years, she positioned herself as the outsider who bravely broke free from the firm. But now, critics argue that by demanding to be addressed as the Duchess of Sussex in an American court, she's undermining her own message. It's the kind of contradiction that lives forever online, clipped into sound bites and replayed endlessly. The family fracture is only widening. Samantha has seized the moment, portraying herself as the voice of American common sense. Her insistence that the Constitution rejects royal titles has resonated with audiences beyond the usual royal watchers. In forums and comment sections, Americans who never followed Meghan before are now weighing in, some joking that the founding fathers are rolling in their graves. It's Samantha's most effective angle yet, painting Meghan as out of touch with the country she now calls home. But the bigger story may be Hollywood's reaction. Commentators suggested that Meghan's insistence on her title could become a liability in future negotiations. If streaming platforms and publishers already worry about Sussex fatigue, then this latest controversy adds fuel to the fire. One PR analyst told The Hollywood Reporter, "Every brand meeting comes down to one question. Does the public buy into your story? Right now, Meghan's story is collapsing under contradictions. The implication is clear. Titles may elevate her image in theory, but they could cost her opportunities in practice. Fans, however, remain divided. Some insist that Meghan has earned the right to her title and that Samantha's lawsuit is little more than a smear campaign. Others argue that this latest demand shows how disconnected Meghan is from ordinary people. particularly in a country where aristocracy has no legal standing. On TikTok, creators dramatize mock court hearings with actors sarcastically bowing every time Meghan's name is mentioned. The satire may sting more than the lawsuit itself because it captures exactly how absurd the situation feels to outsiders. And then comes the cultural irony. Meghan and Harry once declared they were stepping back from royal life to live as private citizens, but time and again, it's the royal status, the titles, the imagery, the comparisons to Diana, that they lean on to remain relevant. As one columnist for The Spectator wrote, "The Sussexes left the palace but never left the throne in their minds." That quote now hangs over Meghan's brand like a shadow, a reminder that no matter how hard she tries to reinvent herself, she cannot escape the contradictions of her identity. So what happens next? The lawsuit will grind forward, but the damage may already be done. Meghan has reignited debates about royalty, America, and authenticity, and Samantha, the estranged sister once dismissed as bitter, has found her most effective argument yet. If Meghan Markle's demand to be called Duchess can spark a constitutional debate, what will happen the next time she steps into a courtroom? Subscribe now so you don't miss it, because if this is how far the battle goes over a title, imagine what's coming when the stakes get even higher.